A little late this week, but let's talk about Yellowjackets Season 2, Episode 8, the penultimate episode before we get to the season finale for Season 2. Which I'm going to ask you, what do you think of Season 2? Do you think it's a little bit slower? Are you liking it more in Season 1? Or what do you think? I do want to talk about it once it does wrap up and give you my full opinion review and all of that. So that will come out probably on Friday, since we do get the episodes like on Thursday nights, if you stay up late. So I will give you my theory tomorrow before that episode airs, and then I'll give you my review and thoughts on the ending as well on Friday morning. So stay tuned for that. But let me know what you think about it so far. Are you loving it or not this season? But I think this episode really has started to move the chess pieces, if you will, of this ending that we're about to get. Now, according to many, the final episode is going to cause a shift in not just the teenagers but also in the adults, and we already see that they are setting up something huge that's about to happen in both of these worlds. Now, of course, with the teenagers, we had been wondering when were they going to turn into the cannibals that we saw in season 1 with the pit girl and everything, which we still don't know who pit girl is. Many people are theorizing it's Marie, but I'm not too sure. But we do know for a fact that in the adult version, they want to sacrifice someone because they see it as this is the only way to move forward, as we did it back in the past, and that's how we did it. Now, at first, everybody seems to be a little bit hesitant about this, except for Lottie, but it seems that in the next episode, based on the trailer itself, that everybody seems to be like, you know what, Lottie might just have a point, and we are going to do this. We're going to choose somebody to sacrifice, which is insane to see, right? Especially because we've seen them grow out of this, it seems, but it looks like things get back into place, especially with everything that's going on around them. It would make sense that they are a little bit more like, maybe Lottie has a point. Maybe we do have to give an offering or whatever in order to be able to move forward with everything that's going on with us right now. It just makes sense. So that's definitely, I think, where their minds are at this moment, and that's where we're going to see them go. Now, in the teenage side of things, we have this whole situation where everybody's going mad, they're hungry, and all of this sort of cabin fever starting to arise with Marie, and everybody involved, and they realize we're never going to survive if we don't eat, and we have to eat someone. How do we decide this? So it looks like they're deciding with a card game where whoever is going to pick the queen, it seems like the queen card that is sort of like more damaged, that is who is going to be eaten. And it turns out that for the first one, it will be Natalie. Now, Natalie, of course, we know is still alive as an adult. So we were kind of wondering how all of this was going to be resolved or what. It looks like the ritual involves also putting Jackie's necklace on, which we see happen. And Shauna is the one that is going to pull the knife, although that she is hesitant about it because of everything her and Natalie have gone through. And then we see that no, this is not the way it's going to happen, as we see that Travis gets in the middle of it all, leaving Natalie enough time to sort of run off, and also Javi. But all the girls, they're hungry. They want to eat Natalie. They start chasing her through the woods, and then we eventually see that Javi is going to help Natalie. Now, on all the things that are happening with the girls and all of that, we have Coach, who seems to have found where Javi was hiding out all of this time in this like hollow tree of sorts. And it looks like Javi is going to take Natalie there. But as they are trying to traverse the snow and the ice, we see that Javi falls into the ice water. And we see that the girls see this happen. Just as Natalie is about to help him, however, Misty comes through and says, no, let it happen or it's going to be you. We see that Natalie has a sort of hesitation at first as Javi's calling out for help, but we eventually see that Natalie just lets Javi die in there, and it looks like Javi is what's up for dinner tonight. So that's pretty much how we end the episode. In the post-credit, well, I mean, not the post-credit, but the trailer for the next episode, we see that Travis is a little conflicted, but eventually is seen eating Javi, it looks like. And we also see that the girls are sort of like at odds with one another about what they just did. I feel like some of them are going to be a little bit like, what is becoming of us? How many people are we going to have to eat to survive and all of that? So I think that we are setting up a very, very explosive finale, not just for the adults, but also for the girls, where we're going to leave them. Now, apparently, Yellowjackets is supposed to go on for 5 seasons, and so we are just getting out of the winter. So the next one could be the spring into the summer, and then the next season could be the fall into the other winter. And I think that's when they get saved, in that winter that comes up after this one. So we definitely do have some story to tell, but I'm curious to see how they do it, because I feel like this season was a little bit slower than the first season in some aspects, and I wonder if they should just do maybe 4 seasons in order to really get it moving. But we'll see. I think if they are able to add more things to it and are able to push it more forward in a better pace, we could definitely see it go to 5 seasons. Overall, I really do think that this whole thing between Natalie, Travis, and Javi is what causes Natalie to sort of plunge into drugs later on in her adult life, as we see. And I think that that is definitely something that she has been holding on for this long, is this sort of guilt that it was sort of her who should have been Eden but not Javi, and that was sort of what messed Travis up as well. So definitely a very, very peculiar case that they have here. Now, I'm very interested to see which one of the adults is going to be the one that gets sacrificed, if any of them do. We also see Walter with Jeff at a point, and it looks like they're at the morgue, so I'm curious to see what's going to be that whole situation if they go to the resort and everything, and maybe they encounter everything that's going on there, and that might be the sealing deal for Jeff to get out of the situation, because it looks like Jeff, he is slowly descending into being scared of Shauna and everything she's doing. So I really do think Jeff is sort of wondering what he should do. I think Walter also is on to all of them, especially Misty, about what exactly has happened, and we might definitely get a very, very huge finale here. All I will say is it ain't looking too good, I think, in my opinion, for Walter, and we might just see Walter be somebody who might just get axed. So we'll see what happens with that. But let me know your thoughts and opinions on everything. What did you think about the whole thing happening with Natalie and Javi and now Travis? That situation is going to be interesting to see how it goes. Who do you think from the adults will be sacrificed? Do you think it is going to be Shauna? Do you think it's going to be Van, Thaisa, Misty, Natalie, or Lottie? Let me know in the comments down below. And how much more are we going to discover that we don't know just yet? I'm pretty sure we're going to have to end on a pretty big cliffhanger, and we'll see what happens. But anyways, I will have the theory video on what I think can be the finale and what can come next tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. And then tomorrow we have the episode. And like I said, on Friday, we will put our review for the whole season, as well as our thoughts on the ending and theories for season 3. So 3 videos on Yellowjackets on Friday. Stay tuned for that. Today we will be seeing The Little Mermaid, so expect a out of theater reaction for that, and my thoughts and opinions on Disney live actions. But anyways, I'll see all of you next time. We are currently running a giveaway. If you want to enter that giveaway, all you have to do is be subscribed, hit the notification button to know when that video drops. Once we reach 28,000 subscribers, we will announce a winner. So very close to that, less than 300 to go. As always, stay safe, stay positive.